Imagine this. You glance at the calendar and it suddenly hits you. You are dangerously close to the expiration date on your Arizona Notary commission. The clock is literally ticking. Now, with millions of critical documents notarized in Arizona every year, what you do is absolutely vital to the state's economy. But if you're anything like most of us, dealing with state bureaucracy can instantly trigger a massive wave of anxiety. You're probably wondering how to tackle the whole renewal process, what exact steps you need to follow, and how to make sure you don't miss any of those brand new legal requirements. Well, go ahead and take a deep breath. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're not just going to guide you through renewing your commission, we're going to empower you with so much valuable insider insight that even if you feel like a complete beginner right now, you'll walk away feeling like an absolute pro. Let's get into it. So, first things first, what actually happens when that notary clock runs out? Under Arizona law, you can officially kick off the renewal process up to 60 days before your current term expires. But here is the hard truth. If that expiration date hits and you haven't secured your new commission certificate, you lose all legal authority to perform notarial acts at the exact stroke of midnight. Poof, done. You have to immediately stop notarizing, because if you carry out duties with an expired commission, that's a direct violation of state law, and it completely invalidates those transactions. Not good. And this really illustrates why you absolutely cannot just let things slide. If you decide you don't want to renew, or if you kind of just let your commission expire and forget all about it, get ready for some severe financial penalties. The state actually requires you to surrender your physical stamping device, your journal, and your public records to the Secretary of State within 3 months of expiration or resignation. If you neglect to do that, you forfeit a penalty to the state ranging anywhere from $50 to $500. So yeah, just ignoring that expiration date is simply not an option. Before we dive into the actual paperwork, we need to quickly touch on eligibility. Renewing your commission isn't just a simple administrative update. It's a complete re-verification of your qualifications. You have to continuously uphold a strict baseline. You need to be 18 or older, an Arizona resident for tax purposes, meaning just having a work visa won't cut it, a U.S. citizen or legal permanent resident, and you must be able to read and write English. Plus, your background has to align with public trust. That means absolutely no felony convictions unless your civil rights have been legally restored.
Okay, so how does this all build into an action plan? We've broken the whole renewal process down into a super simple 4-step roadmap. Application essentials, bond and seal, training and exams, and finally, final review and submission.
Starting right off with Step 1, Application Essentials, where we'll be navigating the Secretary of State's online interactive portal.
Next up is Step 2, Bond and Seal, which is all about securing your official notary tools.
Now, let's clear up a massive misconception right out of the gate. We hear this all the time. People think the mandatory $5,000 surety bond acts as their own personal insurance. Let me be clear, it does not. Arizona revised statutes require all renewing notaries to secure a 4-year, $5,000 surety bond from a licensed commercial bonding agency before they even apply. But listen, this bond is strictly to protect the public from financial harm caused by your mistakes. If a claim is paid out from that bond, the bonding company is going to come right after you to get repaid. And that right there is exactly why errors and omissions insurance, or E&O, exists. E&O is totally optional, but it actually protects you, the notary. It's highly, highly recommended just for your own overall peace of mind. Once your commission gets approved, you're going to need your physical supplies. Professional organizations like the American Society of Notaries or any approved vendors are fantastic resources for this. You might even want to look into dedicated notary software tools that can help track expiration dates and manage digital records. Super helpful stuff. As for the physical tools, you'll need a permanently bound paper journal. Though, hey, pro tip, if your old one still has empty spaces, you can legally keep using it. You'll also need your official seal. Now, in Arizona, this has to be a rubber stamp with dark ink. We're talking black, dark blue, dark purple, dark green, or dark brown. Absolutely no red ink. Oh, and one more thing. You cannot have your new stamp manufactured until you actually receive your new commission certificate to prove your updated expiration date. Speaking of your journal, state laws are always evolving, and you really need to be armed with a bit of insider knowledge here. For instance, thanks to some brand new legislation, starting September 12, 2026, Arizona notaries are going to be required to capture the present signer's right thumbprint in their journal record for specific documents. This mostly applies to things like deeds, quitclaim deeds, documents affecting real property, and power of attorney documents. If they can't use their right thumb, you have to use the left or explicitly note their physical condition in the journal. It's a pretty massive shift in the daily workflow, so you'll definitely want to be ready for it. Moving right along to Step 3, Training and Exams, where we focus on mastering the new mandatory competency test. So, effective July 1st, 2025, the state instituted a mandatory competency exam for all new and renewing notaries. That's right, even if you've been a notary for 20 years, you still have to prove your competency to renew. Let's break down exactly what this looks like so you aren't caught off guard. The test is proctored by a state-approved vendor called Prometric. It costs $46.75 per attempt. You'll face 45 questions, you get 60 minutes to complete them, and you need an 80% to pass. But here is the absolute best part. It's an open book exam. There's a catch, though. You can only use the digital version of the Arizona Notary Public Reference Manual that's provided right there within the testing platform. No physical copies are allowed. Once you pass, you get a candidate ID number, and you'll plug that right into your renewal application.
Okay, almost there. Let's dive into Step 4, Final Review and Submission. It is time to compile your renewal packet.
Now, Arizona requires a hard copy submission. You can't just click submit online and call it a day. You have to print out your application and physically mail or hand deliver it to the Secretary of State. Your packet needs to include the original signed renewal application, the original signed and notarized surety bond, and yes, you literally have to have another notary administer your oath of office on your bond, proof of your past exam, and a $43 processing fee. That fee must be paid by check or money order. Do not send cash. Standard processing takes about 4 to 6 weeks. This is exactly why you need to mail this packet early, ideally the exact second that 60-day renewal window opens up.
Let's move into our final section, pro tips and common pitfalls, where we'll look at some real-world scenarios for Arizona notaries.
Okay, consider this. What if you change your name or maybe move to a new house during your active commission term? It's a highly common hypothetical. You get married, you get divorced, or you just move to a new place across town. A lot of notaries think, oh, whatever, I'll just update the state when it's time to renew. Let me tell you, that is a massive mistake.
Arizona law mandates a strict 30-day reporting window for any changes to your name or address. If you update your address late, you're getting hit with a $25 civil penalty, and you have to pay that before you can even renew. But look at this next point. If your physical seal or journal is lost or stolen, you have exactly 10 days to send a signed notice to the Secretary of State by certified mail. Failure to report a lost seal carries an astonishing $1,000 penalty. Seriously, the stakes for administrative hygiene here are incredibly high.
So by starting 60 days early and carefully mailing in your packet, you're going to seamlessly transition right into your next term. Moving forward, the absolute best way to protect yourself is to stay informed about legislative changes and build a really strong network with other notaries to exchange real-world insights and experiences. And finally, please take note of our disclaimer. Always verify all information and legal requirements directly with the state, because procedures and laws do evolve over time. So as Arizona pushes towards stricter compliance and digital integration, are you just doing the bare minimum to renew, or are you preparing to be the notary of the future? Thanks for joining me in this explainer, and happy notarizing.